My favorite surface, hard court. I truly feel the most comfortable with all other surfaces, and it's also the only surface where you have this compact feel with the court. If you play on clay, you slide. If you play on grass, you slip away a little bit. So
you feel the court more.
Yeah,
you have more stability.
Exactly, and especially you can adjust your slidings because of the speed. You can adjust everything, and the ball bounce is always the same. During the days, if it's very hot, if it's very humid, but this changes a lot if you play in the evening. So there are like two different tournaments. It depends, what time you play, when you play. Then there's the sun in the middle of the court. There's sun and shadow, and there are many things we have to deal with. And sometimes there is also a little bit wind or breeze. We play or feel, but if you are outside watching, there is no wind, it seems like, but the ball still feels this wind, so you need to work around the court very, very much. And also the connection with the crowd. Here it's a very special place, because if you go in US, it's very loud, it's very big. If you go to London, it's very elegant, it's very quiet, and here is a good mix. Of being loud, and I have to say that I've been very, very respectful since I've been here. Even if I play against an Australian player, which of course they are never cheering against me, but for Australian players, which is normal, and but they've always been incredibly nice towards me, and I always looked back to come back, the previous years, and hopefully I can play here many more years. Back in the days, I would have never imagined to be on the face of a racket, but seeing this now, it's great, but mostly because of that, what I said before, the partnership with the people who work into Head, and that they give me this trust to be the face of a racket. It's a huge honor, and it's amazing. I also love the design of this year, a bit more black again.
That's why we're dressed black and white.
We're dressed, exactly. And what I look for is first of all the feel with the ball, but I am someone who is very interesting with the sound. So for me, the sound of the racket is so important, because when I hear this scratchy sound, and it's not good. I feel straight away, and I put the racket away. But when the sound is good and you feel the ball, that you hit it in the right way, in the sweet spot, there is no better feeling for us tennis players. And then of course I need a racket where the ball goes. So I look for speed. That for me is the most important, because the control, I can feel that I find it after. So for me, the ball, it has to go, and when it goes, then after I can adjust. With the spin, I think that the speed is a very easy racket to play with, because it has all areas a tennis player needs. It has the speed, it has great stability. If you need more stability, there is this kind of weights what you can add, and if you add them in the side of the pattern, then it gives you a bit more stability. Let's say if you want to try at some point, you can try. Of course, the weight is going up, because of if you add a little bit, it goes up. The spin now is so important, because the ball is going so fast, and if you want to play it fast, we never play completely flat. There is always a little bit of spin in it, so this is one of the things what's very important. But for me, if you ask me, the big thing what I'm asking, that's always the sound, and that the ball goes very fast. It's always funny reactions when I walk in shops, because they go like, oh, what are you going to do here? Yeah, like, oh, what are you doing here? I was like, no, I just need cans. There was, it happened, and now it's a little bit longer that I don't do it, because I have a big team. If I have a problem, I always send them. which is also why I paid him for, right?
Absolutely.
But let's say a couple of years ago, for example, I was already, not the number one, but I was, top 10 player, and we needed some cans because we were running out completely. And we were in Monaco, for example. It still happens. I'm based in Monaco. It still happens that sometimes I go in the shop, but it's different because they know me now. But I do remember last time I went to a place where they, truly recognized me. It was in Italy because I had to practice before Beijing, but we needed balls because we didn't have any. So I go there in the shop and I said, I had a cap on and I had glasses, but it didn't work very well. They said, I need some balls. And they go like, well, what kind of balls? And I said, well, tennis balls first of all, but if you have the head balls, because in Beijing usually there is head, and they say we don't have head. And that's first of all not good, because head is the most common, not only racket but also balls, so you need to have them. And then they changed it, because they go like, okay, if he says so, it will change. Then I had to buy different balls, but they were like, like this. But at the end of the day, I'm just good in playing tennis. But in the end of the day, I'm a normal person, and this is like how everyone is here, right? We wake up in the morning and we all do the same things. I just go to play tennis, and maybe you guys just go off to work, and so we should not put just a high performance athlete in a different category, right? Thank you. Thanks, buddy.